girl has super work ethic. She's a busy lady. She shows up to every single call. She's an amazing leader. She went 1-star so quickly. I see 2-star right around the corner for her, and then some. I see you going so far in this business. So I can't wait for you to turn around and tell these people that how you, as a busy mom, have been able to really work this business in a way that works for you, so that you can crush it and be successful quickly. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to hit record. I'm going to let her take over. I'm going to mute myself. So go on at it. And then Kaelyn, if you want to do Q&A afterwards, we can do that too. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with Q&A after. So I know a lot of you, but some of you I do not know. So I'm Kaelyn Hedges. I live in Enid, Oklahoma, and my coach is Shannon Taylor. I wanted to share our story of how we met because it's like one of my favorites of all time. So before I got pregnant with my first son, he's 2.5 now, but I went to the gym probably 3 or 4 times a week. I was super active, and one of the doctors that I worked with, he knew, and he was active too. So we would talk about our workouts. We'd talk about what we're eating and things like that. So when I came back from having my son, let's see, I was probably 7 months postpartum, and he was like, "Hey, when are you going to start working out again? Have you started working out again yet?" And I was like, "No, I know I need to, but just with a kid, I don't want to take him and put him in the daycare there. I'm just finding it, really hard to find time to work out and someone to watch my son." And he was like, "Well, I know this girl on Facebook," and he knew her through his daughter. And he was like, "She's always posting workout videos with her kids. They're running around everywhere and she's working out. And you should look her up. She helps moms get back into shape." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What's her name?" And he told me her name's Shannon Taylor. She lives in Maine. And I was like, that name sounds really familiar. And so as it turned out, his daughter had that Secret Santa thing on Facebook that everybody does around Christmas. And I participated, and Shannon was actually the person I sent my gift to that Christmas. So small world, how crazy is that? Sorry, I had to share that. That's one of my favorite stories ever. But anyways, so back to having my son. 6 weeks after I had my first son, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. So that was a big reason too, that he was like, "Hey, why are you not?"
Can everybody else hear her, or is she frozen? Frozen. Kaelyn?
Frozen.
Shite. I hope that she knows she's frozen. Do you think she knows she's frozen? Erica. Erica goes, "No."
Most people don't realize that they're frozen until a minute or 2 minutes after they freeze, and then they realize everybody on their screen is frozen. So yeah, it's a glorious moment when they're like, "Oh crap, is my mouth open?"
She jumped up, so hopefully she figured it out. Just jumping right back. Of course, right? It's your first team call ever.
Sorry, my internet just pooped out. I don't know what happened. Okay. So back to where I was. I was talking about I owe so much to Beachbody. And so when I started talking to Shannon, I just got started with Beachbody On Demand. I did the year membership. She started talking to me about Shakeology, and I was like, too much. Don't want to do that. That's not for me. I'm not a shake person. And so me and my sister-in-law both started with Beachbody On Demand and went right into 21 Day Fix and then 21 Day Fix Extreme right after that. And my results in that 6 weeks blew my mind. And the crazy part is, I didn't even stick to any kind of nutrition. I was still eating whatever I wanted. and I still got crazy results. Like, I wish I would have done the nutrition because it would have been even better. And then after that, went on to 80-Day Obsession and got even crazier results. Still didn't do any of the nutrition. I wish I would have. And then I went to Lift 4 because that was right after Lift 4 had come out, and still wasn't doing nutrition. And I saw my results kind of start to plateau and kind of backpedal. So after Lift 4 is when I started talking to Shannon, and I was like, okay, tell me about these shakes and this Mombi juice that you use. What's going on with all that? So I joined as a discount coach. I think I got the Shift Shop completion pack because I wanted the agility markers. I told Shannon, I was like, I want those markers, so let's do that one. But and then so I did Shift Shop after that because I got those markers, and that was fun. I just love Chris Downing. He's fun. But after that, I did Transform 20. That was when that launched. And so I started coaching. I joined as a discount coach, but after I got like a couple people to join me, like my sister-in-law, Shannon, was like, Sadie can totally go with you. Like, I know she's your sister-in-law. You guys are really good friends. So Sadie ended up joining under me as a coach. And this other girl had signed up. So I went Emerald within the first month. And then I started promoting Transform 20. And that was when I started hitting Success Club. I started hitting Success Club 10 in December. And then also in January and February, I think too. And February I did Team Cup, and that was so much fun. But with Transform 20, I was in the best shape of my life after Transform 20. I did the nutrition. I did the whole program. Like, I didn't miss a day. And after that is when my business really took off because I just got the best results of my life. So after Transform 20, I did Shift Shop again, loved it. And then that was when Ultimate Portion Fix was starting to come out. And I was like, I knew Shannon was really into the portion containers. And I was like, I think I want to do this Ultimate Portion Fix. And I want to become certified. So I did that. And about 2 weeks after Ultimate Portion Fix came out, I found out I was pregnant with my second son. And so I still did everything. She's got the pregnancy part of Ultimate Portion Fix. So I stuck to that for a while until I started getting sick. But so I was doing that, and I did 21-day fix real time and extreme real time. And working out actually made me feel better. So I stayed consistent through my pregnancy. And after those, I wasn't going to do Morning Meltdown 100, but then we went to Summit, and like my whole team was literally doing it. So I was like, okay, they've got 2 modifiers. I was like, I can do this. So I did that, stayed consistent my whole pregnancy. After that, I just did like some prenatal workouts, some yoga. And I think that staying consistent through that had a lot to do with keeping my business consistent. There were a few months here and there where I didn't meet Success Club, but I did not stop following up. Like, I wanted to tell you guys that for me, the key to my success in this business has been following up. People that I signed in that flash sale, probably 8 out of the 10 people that I signed from there had been people that I'd been following up with that had not responded at all, totally ghosted. And then all of a sudden I messaged them about this flash sale, and they were like, sure, I'll go in there. And then they would be like, I want this pack. I want this one. I want this one. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. These people haven't even responded to me. But since I've been staying so consistent, and they had been watching my stories, they had been liking my posts, and I stayed up with them. And like, following up doesn't have to be an invite every single time. It can be like, I send a lot of good vibes messages, especially like new followers, new friends on Facebook that watch my story. I will just be like, hey, saw you popping up. Just wanted to send some good vibes your way on this Monday. I hope you have a great start to your week. And that's it. That'll be that's usually my initial contact, is something like that. And then after that, if they respond to that, then 4 or 5 days later, I'll go back in and I'll say, like, now I'm doing mostly coach invites because I'm in Success Club. I've got tons of boot campers and I'm super excited, tons of new ones to help. And I'm so excited. So I've been trying to find some builders. And I've had a lot of success with doing the initial connection. And then, like I said, 4 or 5 days later, going back in and being like, hey, like, I vibe with you. You seem like someone that I would love to work with. I think you'd be a rock star at what I do. Have you ever considered becoming a coach like me? And usually they're like, well, what kind of coach are you? What do you do? And that just kind of starts the conversation of what I do. I usually send a video or something after I describe what I do and why I do it. I always like to add the why too. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, consistency is the big thing. Consistency and following up is really how I've gotten as far as I have, and just not giving up through the hard times. I will tell you guys, with the my second son as well, I was like bound and determined. I was like, I am not going to suffer from postpartum depression this time. I was like, I've got my nutrition, I've got my workouts, I've got my team. I was like, I've got the secret. It's not going to happen. And I was doing really well. And then at about 8 weeks postpartum, I just got to the point where I cried all day for no reason. I just cried. Like, I would be feeding my baby, holding my baby, taking care of my 2.5-year-old, and I would just cry. And I could see that it was like affecting my 2.5-year-old. He knew something was wrong with me. And so I just got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was leaning on my team. I was talking to them. I was trying my best to lean into my business. There were days where I was crying all day and I didn't feel like talking to people. So I didn't invite people. I didn't follow up. So I suffered a little bit there, but, and I ended up getting on medication again because I knew that's how I was going to be the best mom I could. That's how I was going to be the best wife, the best daughter, the best friend, the best coach. Like, I still wanted to help my people and it wasn't happening. So I decided to get on medication again. And since then, it's great. And I know that because I've done it before, with the process that I use and the systems that I use, I will get off the medication again. So I know it'll happen. But that's just my story, and that's why I do what I do, because I know that it's the best for me, and I know that I have gotten through things before. And sticking, I think, with my consistency and everything, even when I was suffering from that and I wasn't inviting people, I wasn't following up, I was still meeting Success Club because people were reaching out to me. And I think that is from my consistency in the past. Even though I wasn't talking to new people, I had my people that had been watching me the whole time, and they knew that I was still going to be there. So I think that's all I got. I mean, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What questions do you guys have?
Story is sticking to it. That's awesome. Why don't we open up for questions, you guys? So you can just unmute yourselves, or you can type into the chat, whatever you want to do. Maybe that awkward, quiet person too that just lets people like sit there awkwardly until somebody asks a question.
Kaelyn, how are you getting your new coaches to take action, or like what are you having them do first to get them started right?
So from our sneak peek that we had, the last one we had, I did have a couple of coaches that signed that wanted to start working. And I listened to a hot seat call with Erin Hopkins. Shannon and I listened to that, and she said, this is kind of what I've been going by. She said the first 30 days, they work on getting them results. We started with the message pods like Erin has too. And so we have like the new coach message pod, we have the emerald message pod, and then like the diamond and above. But so right now I'm just trying to get them results. We have like a new coach welcome document that has tutorials like Beachbody tutorials, how to go emerald, Success Club, what that is, and things like that. Shannon also put the color wheel on there. So like finding your story and, you know, the things on there that describe you, and you can post about those things, talk about those things. So we've really been working on a new like mentorship type thing, and I like where it's going so far, but we're just kind of getting ideas from different coaches. And so we're just kind of playing around with a few things, but those are what what I'm doing right now.
So for those of you who don't know, Shaylee, who was on the call, gosh, I can't even remember. Was it last week or the week before? I don't even know anymore. Seems like May has been 900 days. but Shaylee is one of your PS coaches. And so she started off strong. So you've already cracked a diamond. So what's your advice on that? Like helping somebody achieve diamond and kind of like your perspective on that whole thing.
So Shaylee started out, she was one of my follow-ups too. Like I followed up with her a lot. Shaylee, so she started out as a discount coach. And then when Shannon and I were at Summit, we were both running our group together, and Shaylee was showing up literally every single day, like posting her sweaty selfie, just participating in everything. And I was talking to Shannon, I was like, I need to talk to Shaylee about coaching. And she was like, yeah, you do, because she shows up. And so I talked to her and I was like, Shaylee, when are you going to start coaching with us? And she was like, I mean, I've kind of been thinking about it. And I was like, okay, let's do this thing. So Shaylee is super coachable. Like, I love working with her because she is like, what do I need to do? Tell me what I need to do. And she does it. So she signed her husband, and she signed her sister, which she went emerald super fast. But she is like magic at signing builders right now. Like she is just killing it. And so she got her husband to emerald, and then she had another builder on the other side. I think it was Aurora. I think Aurora's on here, but so she was just like, tell me what I need to do. She was like one of those magic unicorns that's like, okay, I'll do it. What do I need to do? So she made it really easy on me.
So you didn't feel like you had to push her or drag her? Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm bringing it up for a reason, you guys. Like, I think there's so many people who freak out because you're in the beginning of your business and you're like, I just went diamond myself. How am I supposed to lead anybody? But the point is if you're just doing the work yourself and then you ask somebody else if they want to do it with you, those that really want to do it with you will just show up and do it with you and run with you and be coachable with you. It's not about like having to be the perfect leader or having to like give them the things. She asked her if she wanted to do it and then provided her the information. And then Shaylee took advantage of it. So I think that's an awesome thing to say. What, anybody else? Questions? You guys have to have questions. She's signed 10 people this month so far. We're 2 weeks into the month.
How many people are you inviting a day, Kaelyn?
Gosh, when it was the flash sale, I was doing like probably 60 a day. But I literally invited everybody I've ever talked to. But normally it's like between 20 and 30.
That's so duplicatable.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's unreal because some people like you expect them to say like 400 or 200 and it's like it will wear you out. So that's pretty amazing.
What are you doing to keep track of these people?
I still do pen and paper. Yeah, I do pen and paper. I write down the date and then I just write down everybody that I've talked to that day. And I go back. Sometimes I'll like write them like on my hot list. I have a hot list that I write in the front of my little notebook that I have. So I'll go back and check up with them like every week or so. Like if I've sent a share cart, I'll write SAC out next to it. If they've just given me like a positive response, like, yes, I'll take more information, I'll put like a plus sign. But I just do pen and paper.
I used pen and paper for the first like 3 years of my business. It's not as easy eventually, but it's doable for sure. As long as you're doing something that works for you guys, that's good. Just
right.
Don't like be like, I'll remember that person, because you won't. Like, you just really won't. Let me ask you this, and guys, if you have questions, still interrupt me or just type them in the chat. What does like a typical day of work look like for you? Like what are your must-dos that you get done every day?
So recently I've kind of changed this up. I was getting up at 6 every morning and trying to get some work and my workout in before my littlest one woke up. But that wasn't working. Like I would just get work in and I wouldn't get my workout in before he woke up. So starting last week, my team and I, a couple of us have been getting on at 5 a.m. And working and then doing the workout. So I get up, I get my Energize, get all the things ready. And then I usually do my invites first thing, like get it over with, get it done. I do my personal development and my like gratitude. And I write down my goals and read my vision and things before I do the invites. But as far as like work goes, invites first. And then if I have time after that, I'll do like some new follows, add friends on Facebook. And then I like start posting to my story. Like I post my Energize every day. I call it my turn up juice. I post that every day when I'm doing my gratitude, and then do my workout. And I usually use Triller for that. And then I'll post that. I almost always post my breakfast, but actually since I've been getting up earlier, I have been doing my shake in the morning because I would crash at like 2 p.m. So instead of doing like a breakfast, like I was doing eggs and veggies or something, but now I do my shake in the morning. So I post that. And I posted about like changing up my routine because of crashing. Because before I was doing my shake at like 3:30 or 4. So I posted about changing up my routine. So having my shake in the morning to give me energy throughout the day. And then I pretty much just post about my kids after that. And sometimes if they're both down for a nap, I'll get a little extra work in if there's some extra follow-ups I need to do. But typically my invites in the morning are like new connections, invites, follow-ups, all the things. So that is like first block in the morning. That's what I do.
And I know some people have like this question, especially like newer people, but like when you say new connections and the people that you're inviting that are new, where are you getting them?
People that watch my stories, like new people. If there's somebody that I followed recently and they followed me back and they're watching my story, then that's when I do like the good vibes message. Same on Facebook. And I have even just went through my friends list on Facebook. And if I haven't talked to somebody yet, I'll send them a good vibes message. I've also done that because I was getting to a point where I wasn't adding enough people. So I wasn't having new people watching my stories. It was all the same people. So I've actually upped how many people I add a day, how many new people I follow on Instagram. So that's been helping with that. I've had a lot of new people. So that's been good.
What's your process like for finding people on Instagram to add? Like, are you going into brands and finding people that like the same things as you? And like, how many people are you following each day?
So I've been doing, I'll go to like the explore page and I'll search boutique. And I mean, there's thousands of Instagram boutiques and I just go to one. And at first I was going to their followers and just like going to people's pages, looking at their pages. And if they aren't already a Beachbody coach, if they look like somebody that I would connect with, I would follow them. But lately I've been going to like the people that like the posts, which I got that off of the Bonnie Engel call for Christina Delgado. She tries to follow people that like or comment on posts because they're actually engaging. And that's what we want. We want people that are going to engage and participate and things like that. So I've been going to people that comment, like the posts. That's how I find people on Instagram. I've just done boutiques so far. I haven't really done any celebrities yet or anything, but I've just done boutiques because there's literally thousands.
What are your messages that are good vibes? What are they? What is it?
I'll say, hey, name. I hope you like today. These are the ones I sent. Hey, Joan, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a good fresh start to your week this week on this Monday, and just wanted to send some good vibes your way. That's it.
And it's crazy how many people answer you back, isn't it?
Oh yeah. They're like, thank you. I needed that today. And
yeah, it's insane. I find that like I'll do that as well, especially if I need to get like a bunch of new connections going. I'll send out a ton of like the good vibes ones, or birthdays. You guys are also like a great way to do it. Just go love on birthdays. You can look ahead, see that their birthday is coming up, and be that person that's like, dude, I noticed your birthday's coming up in a few days. Wanted to wish you an early birthday. That way you're even like standing out compared to other people. But then also in a way I used to do it back in the day, and then I still sometimes do now if I have just like a little bit more time, is go and looking at their page and just seeing something and then commenting about it and starting a conversation there and then wishing them good vibes. And it's insane. Like your whole inbox will fill up with people responding to you. And meanwhile, you go out and send like 50 invites and not get one return. So it's like a great way to get those combos flowing and going. And if you guys did listen to that call by Bonnie, she'll say too that she feels like she needs to give 3 times before she asks. So she does the vibes, has the combos like 3 times, likes their stuff, you know, comments on their stuff, thoughtful comments, not just like, love it, girl. Like, you know what I mean? Things that are like meaningful that a bot couldn't do. And then that, because even if you're just asking them if they want to check out a challenge group, or if you're asking them if they want to check out like a coach opportunity, you're still asking them for something at first. So having those things that you're giving at first helps. Anyone else? Questions?
Kaelyn, you said that you're focusing on inviting to coaching for the rest of the month. And I liked your invite that you shared with us. So when people say yes, are you plugging them into a sneak peek, or have you done like a video where you're like,
so if I like, usually I end the invite with, would you be interested, or would you, Bonnie Ingle said something about interested, so I haven't been using that. Oh, I said, would you be into hearing more about it? And if they say sure or yes or something, I will like send a voice message of what I do, like the simple parts of it, like the accountability groups, the helping people. And I also include why I do it. And like I'll say something like, having somebody tell you thank you for changing their life there's no feeling like it. Like I'll add something in there like that. And then once they respond to that, I'll say, I have a great video to send you. If you would be into watching that, then I'll send it your way. And it's like a 10-minute video. It's something, I think it says our mission, something about our mission on the front of it. But Shannon shared it with us, and it's great.
Are you talking about the Brooke Lipoff video?
I can't remember.
Is it What is Coaching by Brooke Lipoff?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we've posted it in the team page, but we can repost you guys too, so you have it.
Yes, that's the video that I've been using. And I'll send that, and then we just keep talking after that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like 10 to 12 minutes, but she did a really freaking fantastic job of like laying out exactly what coaching is. So if they watch it and they're interested, they're like really interested. If they watch it and they come back and they're like, meh, then they're not, you know? So it's like, it's one of those good ones. Brooke Lipoff is just like she's brilliant. That woman is so creative. Literally, she's got so many systems and knows all the things in and out. It's crazy. All right, it's 9:35. I'll take one more question if you got it. What's next, Kaelyn?
2-star. By Summit.
By Summit.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
Okay. How many people does Heston have?
I put 3 under him this month. So now he's got active, he's got 2 on one leg and 3 on the other. And someone's Danielle, I don't know if she's on here or not, but she's building under him.
I think we should bump that date up. We can talk about that later.
We'll talk about it.
We can talk about that after this call. All right, guys. So awesome. I'm so proud of you. You know, you guys are just killing it. And like, I think everybody will benefit from all the tips that you gave today and just how simple you make it and how simple it is just to like, here's what you do. It's just, this is what I do. Right. And that's truly at the crux of this business. It is simple. It's either just putting in the actions and getting the results, or it's making excuses and using your blocks to keep you away from doing the actions. And at the end of the day, like if you're doing them, you will be successful, period. So you are a huge example of that. And I love how simple you make it seem. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if you read this over here, but Ashley said, Kaelyn's literally changed my entire life and she's a legit badass. And Shaylee said, yep, and ditto. And everybody is saying thank you, and you rocked it, and they loved it, and you killed it, and they love you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Go play this biz. I love you all.